Hi guys, this is Romeo from that country. That country, um, that country that is surrounded by the neighbors. Oh, Romania, yes, yes, that country from Romania. Yeah, you know the reason I'm wearing this how do you call it, helmet or what is because the following material I want to present to you, it's simply explosive. Understand? Look what happens. There is no battle for Ukraine. There is no a war against Russia. The war against Russia, it's a war against Europe. Why is United States waging this war? Because their love for democracy and human rights? Come on, people. Because of an altruistic concern for the future of the Europe and the world? To spread peace and prosperity across the globe? No. Guys, the answer is disgusting cynical. Because of I don't know how to spell this, because of those 17 trillion that United States owes to the world. Yeah, you heard it well. 17 trillions that United States owes to the world. Because of the 500 billions trade between Russia and Europe that the United States want to steal to preserve the dollar as a world currency. Because the yuan, that yuan Chinese currency, came from the East and it's not good at all. And the BRICS countries have just set up their own bank and their own currency fund. Isn't that explosive? Yes, I'm right wearing this, isn't it? Let's see what Paul Christie, Executive Director of the Institute of Global Perspectives at Columbia University and, above all, an employee of the National Security Agency, NSA, tells us. What does the 17 trillion look like? Here it is, 17, 30, 30, I mean 0, 0, 0, 30, and 30. A trillion equates to a trillion. I mean 17, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Have you fallen asleep? All right. So United States debt is growing by 3.5 billion a day. Each American personally owes 148,000 to the creditor states. Are you American? Now you know what you owe. Anyway. And the largest lenders of the United States, are China, 2 trillion, Japan, 1.14 trillion, Brazil, 256.4 billion, Switzerland, 178.2 billion, Belgium, 167.7 billion, Luxembourg, 146.8 billion, Russia, 131.6 billion, and Hong Kong, United States dollars, 120 billion. So, in order for the United States to cope with these debts, explained Paul Christie, it had to organize cataclysm that would have devastating consequences for the United States, but the consequences are always for the others, only for the Europeans, preferably the Russians, without lowering the standard of its own population, that is, everything at the expense of someone else and the whole world, that is, each country would participate in solving America's financial difficulties. Have you noticed that my English is a little bit improving? Thank you very much. Now that Uncle Paul Christie, I have mentioned him earlier, has made it clear to us, let's describe the goals of the United States. To cause an irreparable rift between Europe and Russia, to create manageable chaos in Ukraine in order to stop Russia's energy resources, and for Europe to boil with indignation against Russia, and to boil until it boils over and itself causes an irreversible rupture of relations with Russia. Did you understand anything of what I said? Because I didn't understand anything. Yes, you understand. And then it's forced to shift to United States energy supply. Yeah. After Europe breaking each other heads with Russia and splitting, they look at the big brother United States for energy supplies. And let's see. And the United States, with its shale gas, will once again be in the role of Europe's benefactor, equipped with a kind of an energetic magic wand. This will lead to huge investments in American production of shale gas, to the creation of a strong infrastructure for its processing and delivery to Europe. You know, pipes. Pipes, because I really don't see ships carrying gas in big what? Botelia. Big, anyway, tanks. And the old lady, I mean Europe, left without Russian gas, will not comment, which will allow the United States to quickly eliminate its financial problems. Oh, come on, I'm speaking beautifully English. Thus, the benefactor will win, and the favored Europe will pay twice and 3 times more expensive the American shale gas, and for consolation, it will celebrate and sing happily for freedom from Russia energy oppression, boots, budionka, and vatniki. Isn't it? Very explosive, remember. The largest shale gas deposits are in Lugansk and Donetsk. Exactly, I mean, Slavyansk, exactly those areas where Zelensky smashed the Russian ethnics and provoked this war. Thank you very much for understanding. In Slavyansk, in the same land where the 12 years old boy was buried, shot on May 9th by neo-Nazis because he had ribbon cross with St. George and was therefore a separatist, a 12 years boy was a separatist. So he was killed and buried. An insignificant price for shale domination, isn't it? But what can I say? To take over European market, forcing Europeans to link their economic interest to the American energy supply. In fact, beware, we're talking about, the two economies that will literally merge into one. Quoted. It is not about merging, but is about swallowing, my dear folks. Required that the $500 billion United States dollars, the commercial turnover between Europe and Russia, become the commercial turnover between Europe and the United States. To intimidate Europe, to instill in Europeans a terrible horror of Russian danger and aggression, to flood Europe every second with lies about Russian atrocities, about the coming hordes of Russian tanks, about the army of Russian warships. It uses manipulations in all ways. Sorry, it happens. To keep Europe in hysteria until it faints, and for Russia to be provoked to escalate conflicts, for example, the one in Ukraine. Welcome. And, quote, let the Europeans shudder at the possible Russian invasion. Quote, the more misunderstanding arises between Russia and Europe, the more the United States plans will soon be realized, my dear friends. And so, in this way, America, quoted, will keep peace on the planet and give the strongest possibility impetus to progress. American, of course. Okay. And Europe will win something. By giving up Russian supplies, Europe would retain its title as a defender of European values, of human rights, and would help the United States solve its debt problem. Have you fallen asleep? President Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin once called the United States, quoted, world's parasite. As we see, it's something like this. We really want to return the money we owe you, said the Americans. We can't wait to take it, but in our way. We will organize black revolutions, Arabian Springs, and Maidan blows, as in Ukraine. We will take possession of the most democratic way of your lands, waters and forests, oil, gas, gold, diamonds, and what else you have there, because we have to live somehow, isn't it? Says the American. We will destroy our industry, army, culture, history, memory, and spirituality in the most civilized and valuable way. We will rob you and plunder you in the noblest, and most accurate way, down to the bone. I have the feeling they put something in my coffee. However, if you have the audacity not to obey, we will exterminate, incinerate, and bomb you in the most human and peaceful way, subdue you in the Euro-Atlantic style, and organize a terrible massacre. Isn't that beautiful? And of course, we won't return anything to you because we don't have such intentions but we'll take everything for you as a reward from you. And now, children, go to bed, have a nap of very well distilled whiskey, corn preferably, and just a little bit. Now I remember, because the danger has gone, I have to come back to my traditional hat, isn't it? As you know me. Good. What is this? Ah, that's better. All the best, guys. Romeo from Romania.